come unto the Gentiles.
See that? Because Israel fell, the other nations got riches and power in the earth. It's going to show you what their salvation was. Read.
For to provoke them to jealousy.
So they got everything to make Israel jealous. So how can those Jewish people be jealous if they rule? How can they be the Jews when they rule everything? Who they jealous of? Read.
Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world.
That's how you know that's their salvation. By Israel falling, the whole earth, the Gentiles got rich. Read.
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
How much more when Israel come into power will they receive? Read.
For I speak to you Gentiles, and as much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office.
So now he's speaking to those Gentiles that took over our land, that's in power right now. So Paul was speaking to them. What did he say to them? Read.
If by any means I may provoke them to emulation, provoke emulation to them.
No, read it again.
If by any means I may provoke to emulation them, which are of my flesh.
So he told them, listen, the Most High gave you power to provoke our people to jealousy and save them. Read.
And might save some of them.
See that? Because if you see the other nations with everything, you might turn to the Lord and say, you know what, Lord? Why can't I have some of this? Then the Lord will be like, okay, I'll take you back if you do what I said from the beginning and follow my commandments.
Isn't it like Naomi and Ruth? Remember when Naomi, when all of her husband and sons died, and then Ruth said, well, I'm going to go and serve your God.
Exactly.
She said, I'm going to serve your God. I'm going to go wherever you go.
Exactly.
The Lord went home.
Exactly.
But Ruth said, I'm going to stay with you.
Exactly.
Your God will be my God.
Exactly. You right on. Read on.
Verse 15. For if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world.
So if the casting away of his people be the reconciling of the world, that means the whole world got everything. Read.
What shall the receiving of them be? But life from the dead.
He said, if I did this for the nations, how will it be when my people get the true understanding and come back to me? It's going to be like life from the dead. That's why the Bible that's why the scriptures call us the valley of the dry bones. That's why the Lord asked Ezekiel, can these bones live? It's like life from the dead. Read.
For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy.
So if the first fruit be holy, the whole lump is holy. The first fruit was our foreparents, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That means the people that came from them are holy.
Right.
That's why we busting these churches wide open, but we don't know what God to serve. We are very spiritual people. But we're just serving the wrong gods. Read.
And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
If the root be holy, so are the branches. So if Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was holy, their offspring are holy. Yes. We the branches that came out of the lump. Okay, but our minds have been turned through Satan.
Your entry
through the Gentiles giving us their religions. Read.
Verse 17. And if some of the branches be broken off.
Go ahead.
And thou, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them.
So the Gentiles were grafted in. They're not Israelites, so they're not in by blood. First of all, they're being grafted into someone else's tree. We're not being grafted into their tree. Read.
And with them, partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree.
So he said, okay, Paul said, okay, our people, we fell. Y'all can come in, Gentiles, and y'all can partake of all the blessings that come from our father Abraham. But what?
Boast not against the branches.
But you better not boast against these people. We're going to let you, the Lord has given you the earth for a time. You better not boast against these people who you think are slaves. Give me that image right here. The question is, did they boast? Did they boast? They boasted. They had a chance because Israel fell. And then they put up, the governments put up their people to be the people and said that the true people are nothing. They boasted, having Charleston Heston, a Jewish guy, parting the Red Sea. they have boasted. Read it again. So Paul warned them. Why they don't read this in the churches? That the Gentiles are in with stipulation. Boast not against the natural branches. The Mormons are boasting against the natural branches. Everyone got this guy, Cesar Borgia, which was a poisoner, a murderer, a killer, and put him up to be Jesus Christ. Boast not against the natural branches. What verse are you at?
Verse 18.
18, read.
But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
Because if you're boasting, you're not boasting about yourself. You're boasting about their forefathers. So how can you boast when you were grafted in? How can you now tell everyone that you're the people when you were allowed to be grafted in and get the blessings of their fathers? Now, the greatest boast is the Israelites are done away with. We don't know who they are. And God got a new people. Now we as people. You have no idea what God's people are at. The same people that Paul said not to boast against. But yet, you receive readily that the Jewish people in the land are the Jews. And I had a preacher tell me that the other day. Well, Israelites are done away with. No one knows who they are. I'm like, so why are you support the Jewish people over in the land if no one knows who they are? If no one knows who they are, why don't somebody go and get those people out of the land of Israel then? Okay. Read.
Verse 19.
Read.
Thou wilt say then.
Here's the boast. Read.
The branches were broken off.
That's the boast. You're going to say, listen, Israel was cut off. Who's teaching this? The churches. Read.
That I might be grafted in.
So we can be the people. Read.
Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off.
But through unbelief, Israel was broken off. They went into captivity. Read.
And thou standest by faith.
But you Gentiles, you stand by faith. If what?
Be not high-minded.
You better not be high-minded. Read.
But fair.
But fear. Because listen. Read.
For if God spare not the natural branches.
If God can do this to his own people that he split the Red Sea for. Read.
Take heed, lest he also spare not thee.
What will he do to you? If he didn't spare his own people and put them in the hands of the Gentiles to be whipped, hung, killed, flogged, how much more will he deal with you that's boasting against his people? And see, they're planning mass graves all over the earth against God's people, to kill God's people. The Most High is not going to stand for it. He gave them the earth for a time, and now they have no recourse but to try to kill God's people. After living in the blessings our Father handed over to them. It's not going to work. They're going to lose. Read on.
Verse 22.
Read.
Behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of God.
Go ahead.
On them which fell, severity, but toward thee goodness.
So he was severe with us. He punished us. Why? He punished us more than any other people. Why? Because he chose us. And he gave us a law. And we were to hold that law. And we were supposed to be the spirit of the Most High within the earth. Okay? Israel was supposed to be a light to the whole earth. And we started following the people of the earth. That's why we're dealing with all these curses, brother. Yes. That's why the Lord came down on us extra hard. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, look at the nations. They can be wicked all they want, and they still on top. Because the Lord didn't give them the laws. He gave the laws to us. That's why we're suffering the punishments, brother. Yes. That's why everyone have their own, brother. Yeah. Let's stay in these scriptures. I don't want to go too far off. I'm with you, brother. Read the scripture. Read.
If thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou shalt be cut off.
He told the Gentiles, if you continue in goodness, otherwise I'm going to cut you off. So yeah, Paul went to the Gentiles, but he gave them stipulation. They don't teach that stipulation in the churches. Yeah, the Gentiles can come in, but you better not boast. You better understand the people that you must respect. Because the Most High is going to raise these people again. 12,000 from each tribe will be rulers under the 12 disciples. There'll be 12,000 from each tribe, the lowest of the earth, that will rule this earth. And those are the positions we're vying for, that we're sacrificing for. Okay? Now, I wanted to show something why we don't deal with any other Bible. Okay? Okay? If you have this Bible, the New International Version Bible, okay? Throw it away. Okay? Give me Matthew 18 and 11. Get that? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to show you why you throw it away. They knew that Israel would wake up at the very end, so they came up with new Bibles to try to write you out of the book. Okay? And after this, we're going to open it up for questions. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need you to read Matthew 18 and 11.
Matthew 18 and 11.
Out of the Bible. Read that.
For the Son of Man has come to save that which is lost.
The Son of Man, which is Jesus Christ, have come to save that which was lost, right? Let's see who was lost. Hold that and get Matthew 15 and 24. Remember, in Jeremiah 17 and 4, it says, Israel shall discontinue from their heritage. You lost because you have no idea who you are. You have no idea. That's why you call yourself Negro, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Indian. God named none of these people these names. These are titles. These are brands. Okay? Read Matthew 15 and 24. Let's see who Christ described as the lost. Read.
Matthew 15 and 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. In order for the earth to get right, Christ had to first raise the people that was given the commandments. That's why you have an unlawful earth, because the people that was given the commandments are on the bottom. Now you have people making up laws now, and the earth is going to hell in a handbasket. So yes, Christ is going to save all people that follow him, but first he had to establish the same people that was under the curse. Because these were the people that would deliver the information to the people in the last days, to the Gentiles. Okay, he's not going to raise up an Asian or another nation to lead his people. Okay? All through the Bible, he raised up who? Israelites, to lead the people, to warn the people. And that's what he's doing in the last days. So if you're looking for a Gentile to bring you light, the Bible says you're supposed to be a light to the Gentiles. And if that Gentile is in the spirit, then you can share and build together. But you're supposed to be that light. All right? So we know who the lost sheep of the house of Israel is now, right? Well, at least some of them, right? Let's go back to Matthew 18 and 11. Read it again.
Matthew 18 and 11. For the Son of Man has come to save that which was lost.
I need you to read it in this Bible. Let me know when you find it.
No, 11, go straight to verse 12.
It goes from 10 to 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder why they want to take these people out of the book. Do they want you to stay lost? Maybe if you read this, you'd be like, well, who's these people that are lost? You know what? I don't know who I am. Everyone else in every other person in the earth know who they are. Maybe it's talking about me. So they just said, listen.
Right.
So do we have somebody on there with the NIV? Okay, look at this here.
I have an NIV.
Here it is right here.
I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Can you read Matthew 18 and 11 for me?